Stand up. We'll take the feet hip width distance apart here. Just coming into your practice, right? Starting the day out here on the mat. So as your breath smooths out, start to notice how it's moving through your body, right? There's nothing in the way. So just start to really make your inhales travel, right? Travel to the tips of your fingers, the crown of your head, the tips of your toes. Feel like the breath is going everywhere. And we're still in a period of waning moon, so we're going to think about letting go, just as the moon is doing now. So inhale, turn your palms face up, and then as you inhale, bring your hands up through center, and then when your arms get overhead, turn your palms out and exhale. So we're going to come up through center, inhaling, and turning the palms out, exhale, arms down. And now just adding some words to that. Inhale, let, and exhale, go. Inhale, let, and exhale, go. And just do that 2 more times on your own. And come back to standing. So we're going to go through a little leg movement sequence to make sure that things are starting to really wake up. So it's forward with the front foot and back. Forward and back. Move and back. Just very natural movement here. And then bring your feet back to hip width distance, and we'll go on the left, forward and back. And just a few more times. And eventually coming back to standing here. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so we're going to take the arms up. So the feet are going to be wider than hip width distance, arms up, and with soft knees and soft hips, just let it fold down. Let yourself fold down as much or as little as you want. Inhale up and fold. Just getting everything moving, nice and warmed up. Next time the arms are up, hold them up here. Take your feet back to hip width distance apart. Take your right wrist in your left hand and tilt to the left. And then we're coming back through center and switching left wrist in the right hand and tilt. And going side to side, opening up gently here. So our first few moves are to get the side body warmed up here. And then we'll take it over to the left here and hold, pressing through that right foot. I'm really using that left hand to just help us extend into that side. And come on up and switch sides. staying here. Make sure the left foot is grounded. Use the right hand. Oh. All right, bring it up and hands down. Shake things out. Inhale and exhale. We're going to move into a little cat-cow movement here. So start out with your arms out by your side and then roll forward into the cat and then open into your cow. And just keep the elbows bent. See what that's doing right back here as you move your arms. Could be an interesting movement for you with the elbows bent here. And the next time you're forward, hold here, okay? And try to keep your arms right the way they are. Lift, 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 and then up and out. Whew, shake it out. Okay, so we're going to knock on the door of life and get into our twisting there. So take your feet wider than hip width distance with the toes turned out. This is a very natural movement. You turn side to side. So the feet can lift if they want, right? One, the heels, side to side. And then from here, start to let your arms gravitate away from the body, moving higher toward the shoulders. We should have done this before you left for grandma duty, but let's go ahead and do immunity tapping on right under the collarbone. There you go. And then let the arms come out, shoulder height and higher. And back down to the shoulders and some immunity tapping here. Arms back down and back to knocking on the door of life. And come center. All right, let's take the legs back and just give them a little shake. Okay? All right, so we're going to come to the back of the mat then. I'm just adjusting my plan based on you guys here. So let's come to the back of the mat with the feet hip width distance apart here. Inhaling and exhaling. And float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Bring your hands to your thighs, half lift. Now sink the hips, walk, bring the hands down, and come into a plank here. Okay, your knees could be up or down, but you're in a plank. And then come into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Good. All right, we're going to come back into the plank, and from here, remember your knee could be up or down. Just raise your right foot 2 or 3 inches off the mat. Come into down dog with your right leg still raised. And if you want, walk your hands back towards your feet with your right leg still raised. Bring your right foot down, take a half lift. Forward fold and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, so inhale up, exhale, fold, half lift, sink the hips, hands down, find your plank. Take your plank. Good. Now find your way to down dog. Remember, knees could be up or down. Good. Come back to plank. Raise that left foot 2 or 3 inches off the mat. And with your left foot still raised, come into down dog. And your choice if you want to keep the left leg up or bring it down as you walk your hands back to your foot. Now bring the left foot down, float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center, and release. Okay, let's bring it up. Exhale, swan dive. Taking a half lift here, sinking the hips down, Find your way to plank here. And downward facing dog. And here we go. We're going to just walk the feet in this dog. Inhale and exhale. One heel down and hold. Other heel down and hold. Two heels down and hold. Now, as you bring your knees down, take care to get them to the mat at the same time. So stay engaged here, knees to the mat, good, and sit off to the side. Come into seated mountain pose. Nice and long, feet are flexed. Inhale and exhale. All right. Good. And let's shake things out here. So, let's go ahead and do some boats this morning with the canoe. All right? We're not going to go through all the iterations. We're going to start with the right knee up. Right knee up, hands forward, half high boat on the right. And take it down. Your heel is 2 or 3 inches off the mat. Your shoulders and head are up. And take your arms up by your ears. Here's canoe. Bring your hands forward and come up into boat. All right, put your foot down. Everybody okay with that? You guys okay with that? Let's do it on the left. Left knee up. Extend into low boat. Arms up by the ears. Canoe. Arms down and up and release. Shake it out. All right, so now we're going to do a straight leg boat. Right leg straight. And take it down. Heel is 2 or 3 inches off the mat. We go canoe. Arms forward. And, ooh, come on up and release. All right, try that on the left. Left leg straight. Take it down. Yeah, I'm staying up so I can watch you. Arms overhead, canoe. And come up. And release. All right, so we're going to go 4 times, right? And we're going to stay on the right, and you can do bent leg or straight leg, or mix them up. Everybody good? You guys good? All right, here we go, starting out. Remember, bent leg or straight leg, or mix them up. Half high boat on the right, low boat, arms overhead, canoe, hands by your side, come up. And again, high, low, canoe, and up. And again, high, low, canoe, and up. Last one, high, low, canoe, and up. Wow. And release. Did you feel that? Okay, all right, we're going to go 4 times on the left. Ready? High, low, canoe, and up. And again, bent or straight, high, low, canoe, and up. And again, high, low, canoe, and up. And last time, leg bent or straight, high, low, canoe, and up. Ooh, sit up and release. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so we're going to do double legs now. The feet are hip-width distance apart. Arms are forward, engage your core, and lift both feet. If this starts to not work for you, then go back to single leg, okay? Let's try it one time here. High, low, canoe, and up. Woo! All right, it's either 2 right, 2 left, or 4 more doubles. High, low, canoe, and up. And again, high, low, canoe, and up. 2 more. High, low, canoe, and up. And last time, high, low, canoe, and up. Okay, bring the legs down and just move around, wiggle, do whatever feels good to you. Okay, inhale and exhale. So we'll do some standing obliques, okay? Right now we're just going to take our legs into easy seat here. Put your hands on your knees. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, go forward and to the right, back and to the left. So just releasing with circles here. So those boats were very slow. Did you notice they went really slow? Big challenge in moving slow. The next time you're forward, hold and make your circles in the opposite direction. And then come back up to center. Okay, so we're going to release the hips from here. Okay, bring your hands to your heart, lean back, raise one foot and then the other, cross your right ankle over your left. Inhale, float the arms up with the palms forward. Exhale, bring it down, bring your palms to the mat and take your gaze past your fingertips here. Your right hip is more engaged here, is starting to release. Inhale, up. Switch, left ankle in front and palms down. Keep your gaze past your fingertips. Take it up, switch, and hands down. Up, switch, and hands down. We'll hold these longer. We're just warming everything up now, getting that hip to release first. Up, switch, hands down. Up, switch, hands down. Okay, one more time like that. Up, switch, down, and up, switch, down. Okay, now we're coming up and holding. Right ankle is in front, arms are up. Inhale. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale again and exhale down. Hands to the mat. This time we're staying. Press your palms into the mat. Look up. And as you exhale, see if those fingers want to move a little farther forward. See how it feels in your right hip here. How's everything going for you? Keep your spine long, so keep your gaze past your fingertips. Okay, then press your hands into the mat. Look up slightly and walk your hands over to the right. Keep that left hip grounded here and wiggle those right fingertips away from you. And then just melt down toward your right leg, still keeping your gaze past your fingertips. Walk your hands through center and over to the left. This time walk the left fingertips away. See how that right hip is feeling. Gaze is long past the fingers. Now come back to center. Press your palms into the mat. Look up. Inhale and exhale. Melt. See where you go. See what happens and how your right hip is feeling now. And with those arms long, come up and bring the feet up as well. Change the cross of the ankles. Palms forward. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Press the palms into the mat. Lift half and exhale. See if those fingers want to wiggle a little forward as you open up more on the left side. Press your palms into the mat. Look up and Walk your hands 2 steps over to the left here. So we feel a really nice stretch on the right side, but the left side is just kind of hanging out. That's why we wiggle those left fingertips forward to engage the left side more. Melt the body over the left leg. And then keeping length, walk the hands back through center, over to the right. Walk the right fingertips away. And breathe. And now coming back through center, press your palms into the mat. Gaze up, inhale, and melt. Just see how things are going on the left side here. Long spine. Long arms, bring it up, feet up. Uncross, feet down, and wiggle around. All right, let's take the legs long now and give them a crazy shake. They've been crossed for a while, so just shake them out. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to come to hands and knees, and we're going to be doing a sunbird. It's going to incorporate a lot of things that we've been doing, heart lifting, leg raising, and the downward facing dog, right? So let's come to hands and knees. If you want padding for your knees, want extra padding, grab something, roll up your mat. Okay, hands and knees. Remember, you could work at a wall if your wrists don't like being in this position. Okay, so we're going to come into basic sunbird first. Square the hips, right leg is back, toe points, leg lifts, and shine your heart forward. Sunbird here. Release the right knee back down to the mat, spine to neutral, left leg up, toe points, left leg lifts, heart shines forward. And release. Okay, moving on. Right leg lifts, sunbird here, heart is shining forward, dance it down. Elbows bend, and up, and knee down. On the left, it's left leg up, sunbird, and option, dance it down, elbows bend, your forehead comes toward the mat, come up and release. All right, let's sit up for a moment, shake out the wrists. Everything going okay in sunbird? Okay, so these are options. You could go sunbird and stay there. You could go sunbird, dancing sunbird, or you can continue into downward facing dog. So here's how that's going to look. Let's do this. Okay, right leg up, heart shines forward, sunbird. Bend at the elbows, dance it down. Right toes come down, lift into three-legged downward facing dog. The left leg is up here. The left knee comes down, the right knee comes down. Taking it to the left side now. Left leg up, sunbird, heart shines forward, dance it down. Elbows bend. Continue into three-legged dog if that's you this morning. Left toes down, right leg up. Right knee down, left knee down. All right, we're going to go through that one more time. So shake out your wrists, hands down. Remember, you can move this to whatever place you want it, right? Okay, here we go. Right leg sunbird, dance it down. Right toes come down, lift, three-legged dog, left leg is high. Left knee down, right knee down. Moving to the left leg, sunbird, yes. Dance it down. Take your left toes down and lift into three-legged dog with the right leg up. And bring your right knee down, left knee down. And just go ahead and wiggle through those hips a moment. And then find your way to a child's pose. So make sure you do whatever releasing you need to do. so that you can come into a happy child's pose and breathe. And then start to float your way into your downward facing dog. And journey your feet to your hands. When you get there, bring your hands to your thighs, take a half lift, forward fold, and then float the arms out and up as your palms touch and your hands come heart center. Okay, so you guys have 2 blocks, so let's grab the blocks and put them at the top of the mat here. Okay, and we're going to be doing half bow as our back bends in our sun salutation. So if you like to use a strap for bow, half bow, have a strap nearby. Okay, sometimes you want to use a strap for full bow, so we're going to be doing half bow the first time and then full bow option the second time. So if you want a strap nearby for any of that, have that. Okay, so let's come to the top of the mat. We're going to begin sun salutations here. So find yourself in mountain pose here, nice and aligned, right? Grounded on the feet. Inhaling and exhaling. See how your energy is moving now. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases. Take a half lift. And then draw the hips down, hands to the mat. Step back into lunge with the right leg back. And if you like in this lunge, wiggle around or just enjoy that nice hip opening. Bring the right knee down. Point the toes behind you. Okay, and we're going to lift into low crescent lunge. All right, bring the hands down and find your way to plank. Okay, if you're going knees up or knees down, you're in a nice strong plank. Good, good, good. And chaturanga all the way down. All right, so for bow, we're going to take the left forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Okay, bend the right knee, reach back around. Now if you want to use a strap, grab your strap, put it around your right ankle first, and reach behind and grab your right ankle. Okay. All right. Now press your left forearm into the mat as you lift your heart and press your right ankle towards your right hand. And release. Okay, let's switch sides here. So the right forearm is parallel with the front of the mat. Left knee bends this time. Either that strap around the left ankle or reach your left hand behind. Find your left ankle and press in. So we're pressing the right forearm into the mat, lift the heart, then we press the left ankle toward the left hand. Good. And release. Hands under the shoulders, find your way to downward facing dog. All right, feel all that extension in downward facing dog. Just release, release, release here. And then take your right leg up, step forward. We're coming into low crescent lunge, this time with the left knee down. So arrange yourself in low crescent lunge, arms overhead. And then bring your hands down, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and take a nice step forward with that left leg. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the left side, but this time we're going to open twist in our crescent lunge and lift the back knee. So here we go. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift. Sink the hips, hands down, left leg back and hang out in this lunge for a moment. Feeling what goes on in this spot right here. Now bring your left knee down and lift into the low crescent lunge. Okay, so then you're going to just bring your hands down, the left hand stays on the mat, and the right arm opens to the right. Bring the right hand down. Now make sure your back toes are tucked. This time, as your right arm opens to the right, lift that back knee if you want. And bring it down. Okay, plank. Take it to your plank, knees up or down. Chaturanga, all the way down. Okay, this time, if you have full bow works for you, go ahead and work into full bow. You can also use a strap to help you with that. Or go half bow on the right, which would be the left forearm in front, parallel to the top of the mat. And release wherever you are, release, whether you're full or half. And then either switch sides for the half bow, right forearm in front, left ankle, or come into another full bow if you have that. And release. Make a pillow with your hands, bend your knees, and let's let that spine just release here, rocking the legs side to side. And let's release the legs down, coming up into downward facing dog. That extension. All right, now bring your left leg up and step forward. Right knee comes down, and we lift into a low crescent lunge. Bring the hands down. Now the right hand stays down, and we just open to the left. Okay. Bring the left hand back down, and this time maybe that back knee, which would be the right knee, is going to come up, so you tuck your right toes. Right hand stays down, and as you draw your left arm up, that right knee might decide to come with you. Okay, let's bring that left hand down, take a big step forward with the right foot, half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up as palms touch. Good, and hands come heart center, and release. So what we're going to do with the blocks now is move more deeply into the crescent lunge and hamstring stretch. So take the blocks, have them on either side of your mat, okay? And you're going to stand in between them. Inhale, float the arms up. And as you exhale, let your hands come to the blocks. Keep your legs straight. So the blocks might be on their lowest side or their second side, anywhere your hands are comfortable here. Don't go to the third side because it's too wobbly. Okay? Bend your knees instead if that's happening for you. And just step back into downward facing dog. So just trying downward facing dog now with the hands on the blocks just to see how that's feeling. Inhale and exhale. And bring the knees down, okay? So come square yourself off here, and we're going to take the left foot forward to start with. Left knee is over the left ankle, and make sure that right knee is well behind the right hip. Turn the blocks to their highest edge, okay? And make my block invisible so you can see, with your hands resting on it, and that just allows you to sink into that front hip flexor, okay? With this supported low crescent lunge position here. So nice stretch for the front hip flexor. We did a lot to warm it up, so hopefully it's releasing well. And let's go ahead and turn the blocks to their second side. Set the hips toward the right heel as you lift your left toes. Block is on the second side. Getting into the hamstring now. Coming back up to the third side into that low crescent lunge. So just same thing, we're just doing it again. And hamstring stretch. This time the left toes lift. Hips are heading toward the right heel. And then just take your left leg back and set your blocks back at the front of the mat and step forward with your right foot. Blocks are on their highest edge. We're arranging ourselves for a nice deep low crescent lunge with hands on top of the blocks here. Taking hamstring stretch, take the block to its second side. Right toes lift. And then coming back up to the third side, low crescent lunge. To hamstring stretch. Go ahead and bring your right foot back. Move the blocks out of your way, hands to the mat. Find downward facing dog. Think about resting in your dog, right? So everything's just nice and releasing here. Inhale and exhale. And as you walk your feet towards your hands, take them a little wider as you go so they wind up mat width distance apart. With your forearms on your thighs, bring your hands to your heart. Press through the feet, fingertips up toward the sky. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to mountain pose. How are you guys doing? Everything okay? All right. So we're going to just move through a nice little warrior two flow. Keep it very soft. We're going to take the legs wide, okay? Turn the toes, right toes to the right, left toes in at an angle, and find our warrior two with the knee over the hip, okay? And the shoulders over the, I said knee over hip, I meant knee over ankle, you knew that. And tracking through the center of your foot, shoulders over the hips, arms out at shoulder height, okay? Good, arms look great here. And take your gaze just past your right fingertips. Just settle into warrior two and breathe. And from here we're going to let the left arm come lightly to the left leg, right arm up. Only moving from the upper half of the body, come into reverse warrior. Gazing up toward those right fingertips perhaps. And then come back to warrior two. And we're we're coming into side angle. So you might like to do side angle with your elbow bent. You might want to do it with your arms straight. And you might like to do side angle with your top arm, in this case your left, by your ear. So your version of side angle for right this moment, and come back to warrior two. Okay, so that's our flow. It's warrior two, two reverse, back to warrior two, and into side angle. All right. Let's go back through it. Warrior two, reverse, warrior two, to side angle. And coming back to warrior two, turn your gaze to the right and just hold your warrior two. Now we're going to turn all 10 toes forward, bring the hands to the heart, inhale, and exhale into a forward fold, as much or as little as you want. So you're either here, you might be halfway, you might go all the way. Whenever you're in whatever forward fold you want, bring your hands to your legs and enjoy. Now bring your hands back to your heart, and if you're down, come halfway up, and come the rest of the way up. Bring the fingertips up toward the sky, inhale, and possibly step back, feet together to mountain pose. All right, let's do that on the left. Legs are wide again, left toes are forward, right toes are in at an angle. Setting up for warrior two, left knee over left ankle, tracking through the center of the foot, arms out, gazes past the left fingertips. Taking this to reverse, right hand lightly to the back of the right leg, left arm up, reverse warrior. Gaze might be toward those left fingertips if that works for you. Could be to the center of the room if that feels more stable. Take it warrior two. And arms straight or elbow bent. Come into side angle. Right arm high or right arm up by the ear. And come back to warrior two. Find reverse warrior. And come back to warrior two. Find your side angle. Back to warrior two, we're going to go through one more time. And reverse. Warrior two. Side angle. And back to warrior two, holding steady, gaze past the left fingertips. Turning the toes forward, bring the palms together, inhale, and folding over the hip creases with a long spine, your forward fold. Where do you want to go with this? once you get into what feels good to you, start to move around in it. We want to start releasing here. Coming back to center, hands to the heart, lift halfway up. And as you lift the rest of the way up, draw your fingertips up toward the sky and step together. Inhale and exhale. Whew. All right, let's come into mountain pose. Just feel everything. And then just go ahead and shake it out, move around, do whatever's going to feel good to make sure you're nice and juicy and loose. Grab anything you might want for final relaxation. Actually, do you guys have a rolled up mat? Towel or a blanket, something you can put. We're going to do this. Right, so we're going to have it under the shoulders lengthwise when we come down. There you go. So just have that off by your side within easy reach as we come down. If you want anything else for final relaxation, have that nearby. Okay, and come to the top of your mat and breathe in your mountain pose. Get a sense of where everything is, how everything's feeling. And then inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases. One last time into a nice half lift, sinking the hips down, and find your way into downward facing dog. And then from here, bring your big toes together, knees to one side, hips to the other. So just doing some nice releasing here. Come back to center, and we want, once again, for the knees to come to the mat at the same time. Bring them down and come off to the side in seated mountain pose with the feet flexed, spine long. And shake things out. Whew. All right, let's do a couple of soft forward folds here, and then we'll come all the way down. And arms up, softly fold. Draw your hands up, arms up, and softly fold. And roll it up. Go ahead and bend your knees and find your way down to the earth here. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, so we're going to stretch the arms and legs long. Inhale, exhale, draw the knees in. And just from here in Apanasana, let's go ahead and massage out the spine. Now put your hands on your knees. The hands are going to stay on the knees as we make these circles. Press the knees away from you, to the right, in, and to the left. So make those nice circles. And the next time your knees are in, pause, and we'll go the other way. Away, to the left, in, and to the right. And then come back to center. Release your feet to the mat, arms by your side, and let the knees just gently open and close. Little butterfly wings here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, with your left foot on the mat, just take your right leg up, point and flex. And circle one direction and the other. Release left foot, right leg up, point and flex. circle one direction and the other, and release. Okay, so we're going to now do a nice little passive heart opening. So take your mat, roll over to your side. Okay, this is the rolled up mat here, and lay down where that mat is going to be right underneath your shoulder blades, and then roll onto it. And it may take a little adjustment from here to get the mat in the right spot. You don't want it down on your, at the base of your spine. It's up by your shoulder blades, but underneath them. Okay, and then arms long out. We're going to bend the knees here, roll over to your side, remove the mat. So just a nice little passive heart opening, something good to do during the day also, or sometimes before bed at night. Roll back down onto the mat now. This time your spine is all on the mat, right? And bring your arms back to long here, and we're going to open and close the fingers and wiggle them. And then rotate the wrists one direction and the other. And with the arms long, let's bring the legs side by side, so legs are touching here. And we're going to just gently let the knees move to the right and gaze left, knees left, gaze right. So the most gentle windshield wipers you've ever done with your legs together, moving the head from side to side. And coming back center to spine neutral. Okay, we're going to take the feet hip width distance apart and take the right leg up. Hold on behind your right thigh. Clasp your fingers around your right thigh. And press your right leg into your hands. If your fingers don't clasp, just hold on to the side of your right leg. Just doing a little spinal clearing here. Now keep your grip on your leg, but release, soften. And then press back in again. And this time release, bend the knee, bring the right foot down, left leg up. Once again, either clasp behind or hold on to the side, and press your left leg into your hands. And then soften and press back into those hands. And release, right foot down, and just let the knees open and close. And start to do any final movements that you need to do, realignments, as you find your way into your final relaxation position for today. Okay. Just take a nice inhale through the nose. And exhale, release yourself onto the earth and into your final relaxation. Begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body, your fingers and your toes. And stretching long, take a nice inhale. Exhale, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug and find your way over to a side. And back up to a nice easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.